Hey there, and welcome to Usable Wisdom, where we will be sharing with you the latest tips and tricks in the financial space, as well as business and entrepreneurship. And for today's video, we will be talking about Warren Buffett's advice on investing as a beginner. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be updated whenever we upload new videos. It's free, and you can always change your mind later on. And that way, you can also be easily notified whenever we upload new ideas on how to earn money. So it's a win-win. With that said, let's continue. Among the finest investors in the world these days is Warren Buffett. If you had invested $1,000 in his investment company when he initially started it, it would currently be worth nearly $17 million. How then did Warren Buffett manage to generate such a huge return? All of it resulted from wise investing and adherence to some important investing concepts. When we recruit individuals, Buffett says we open ourselves to three possibilities. We assess candidates based on their intelligence, initiative or enthusiasm, and integrity. The first two would poison you if they don't also have the latter. Buffett picked up these skills from Ben Graham, who taught him to shop around and buy products on a quantitative basis whenever possible. And he was profoundly impacted by that. He then set out in search of what he refers to as used cigar butts of stocks. And the cigar butt method of purchasing stocks entails searching for cigar butts while wandering down the street. You pick up this cigar that looks awful, is wet, and has only one puff left in it. He made the error of doing that for years. We can't make a lot of money doing it, though we do make some. It's so much simpler to purchase excellent companies instead. He now prefers to purchase an excellent company at a fair price over a fair company at an excellent price. He thought he should only count on making money from things he understood, to comprehend how the business's finances are expected to develop over the next 10 or 20 years. He refers to analyzing a company as falling inside his circle of competence, which includes knowing what they do, how they make money, and how they compete. He claims that errors of omission rather than commission are by far the greatest mistakes he has ever committed. The things that really hurt are the ones he knew he could accomplish, were within his circle of competence, and yet he continues to hesitate. They never appear anywhere. Additionally, 20 years ago, when Fannie Mae was suffering turmoil, and Berkshire could have acquired the entire company for nearly nothing, it probably cost Berkshire at least $5 billion to hesitate. In contrast, if it was Microsoft, which is outside of his area of expertise, he has no justification for being entitled to profit from it. But he blew it, despite having the knowledge to grasp Fannie Mae. And that never appears in a regular account. There are significant moments in life that must be taken advantage of immediately. We don't do many things, but when we have the chance to do something well and significant, we must. And even executing it on a small scale incorrectly is almost as bad as doing nothing at all. There won't be many excellent possibilities available, so you must seize them as soon as they appear. Before we continue, we would appreciate it if you share with us in the comments section what you've learned so far. Done? How about we get going? On the other hand, they do not care how much is offered when it comes to their wholly owned companies. They might decide not to sell something even if someone offers them thrice what it's worth. He claims that while he might be mistaken in his thinking, he wouldn't be if he held a 100% stake in that business, because that's how he wants to live his life and has all the resources he could possibly need. How can a company be found to have intrinsic value? The amount that, if you had complete knowledge of the future and could foresee all the money that a company would give you between the present and the day of judgment, discounted at the appropriate discount rate, would be given to you in that scenario is what is considered a business's intrinsic value. To put it another way, investing is merely a matter of putting money down today in order to reap rewards later. Investments are all about making money. Currently, the US government makes it quite simple to determine what you will receive in return when you look at a bond. It specifies when you will receive the principal as well as interest payments. Therefore, calculating a bond's value is simple. The cash flows are printed on the bond, not a stock certificate, so they could alter tomorrow if interest rates change. The analyst tasked to print out the stock certificate that indicates an ownership stake in the company, convert it into a bond, and then state what you anticipate will be paid out in the future. The case for a major company is the same. If you were to purchase Coca-Cola right now, the corporation would cost you between $110 and $115 billion. Would you invest $100 billion or $115 billion today to obtain what the Coca-Cola firm will provide for you over the course of the next 2 or 3 centuries, assuming you had those amounts available? And it pertains to how much money they will provide you. It doesn't matter how many analysts will make that recommendation, the volume of the stock, the appearance of the charts, or anything else. It all depends on how much money you'll get. There is no other cause. It holds true whether you are purchasing a farm, an apartment building, or any other type of financial asset. You are investing money now in order to receive more money afterward. How much, when, and how certain are you going to receive it are the remaining questions. Additionally, always assume you are purchasing the entire company when determining the intrinsic worth of a business. Whether you are purchasing the entire company or just a small portion of it, apply that strategy to it. Examine it and predict what, when, and how the business will develop. Of course, you would prefer to be able to use the money they make and increase your returns on it over time. For instance, Berkshire has never paid dividends to its shareholders. But as the value of the companies they control rises, their capacity to do so increases because they have the ability to compound it internally. The real concern, though, is if Berkshire is being sold for $105 billion or so. Now, if you plan to spend $105 billion to purchase the entire business, can it provide you access to enough cash quickly enough for it to make financial sense to do so at the current interest rate? What it comes down to is that you cannot purchase the stock if you cannot answer that question. It's ironic how these straightforward rules of Warren Buffett's have produced such strong returns over the long run. But being logical, adhering to these rules, and controlling our emotions are difficult tasks that only a small minority of investors are capable of performing. Only a select handful will be able to do this, but they will be the ones with the highest returns. Thank you for watching. I hope you gained some usable wisdom from this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the notification button and then subscribe to this channel. That way you'll be updated anytime we upload life-changing videos like this. Until next time, see ya!